G'day mateys and welcome back to the Down Under Gamer channel. It is the Down Under Gamer here and we are back with episode 4 of our Imperium Universalis Lydian Empire Let's Play campaign, total conversion mod for Europa Universalis 4. So obviously in the previous episode we had our Lycian wars in the south here against obviously Lycia and Hume. Unfortunately we did not manage to get our sort of what we were hoping to get out of Hume there, because they were at war with Cappadocia and the Cappadocian alliance. And as such, Cappadocia had come through and taken several of the provinces, and we couldn't get Hume to peace out, not even for one province. So we just had to white peace them. But we did take a reasonable sort of swath of land from Lycia, which is good. It's given us a nice little port down here in the south. And so happy days. And we did complete our first mission, which gave us a pile of money and gave us a bunch of other perks as well. So obviously this episode, we've got a rebellion or two that's about to sort of pop. We'll core these provinces up. Once they're cored, then obviously we'll then look at moving north, and we'll look at taking sort of Chalcedon, Byzantium, securing that both sides of the Isthmus there. And as I said, I think it was an episode or two ago, I'm not sure, I can't remember whether it gives you like a little trade bonus or not. I think it might, I could be wrong, it could be a completely different sort of paradox game that I'm thinking of, but we're going to find out. So hey, happy days. That said guys, obviously before we jump into today's episode, if you like what we're doing here on the channel and you enjoy the content, then smash that subscribe button and drop this video a like. Feel free to share it with your friends and families, and obviously any thoughts, tips, tricks, suggestions, schemes, plots, and just general funny jokes, great stories, all that sort of good stuff guys, leave it down in the comments section below. So let's get into it. So we got our both generals drilling away here. So harvest festival is not really worthwhile. So Chalabian separatists, okay. A few provinces with a little bit of dissent there, not a big deal. We're making 7 per turn, so that's pretty good, or 7 per month. It's not bad for the early stages of the game. Now, we've got an heir, excellent. Missed that one. His traits are pretty terrible though. He's got a reasonable diplomat admin trait, but the rest of them is just absolutely horrible. So hopefully he doesn't. He has an heir fast, and he doesn't live too long. Let's pray for kind mercies from the gods. Because one thing that can really hamper your efforts in this game is a leader with really bad traits. And obviously they give you less admin tech, they give you less everything, which takes a lot longer for you to sort of tech up and whatnot. So who knows? Maybe there will be some random events which will make him look better and more appealing. Highly doubtful, but we can hope. Let's bump it up to number 2. So what do we got here? Institution, embracement costs, admin, technology costs. Yeah, not quite ready for these guys yet though, but it is interesting to see what is available. So, armies, army tradition, army tradition, military technology cost. Alright. taken a little bit more lands. We might actually look at giving some more away. So Free City, we'll give them one there. Honestly, I really have no idea. I don't have all the expansions. I'm only running the Cradle of Civilization expansion. You know, obviously if the channel grows and there's got enough demand for the content, then you know I'll potentially look at you know, upgrading to you know, something better. But and all the other what do you call it? Expansions and whatnot. But for now, Cradle of Civilization is really all I need to play this. And sort of, you know, gives you enough flavour. So I don't think I get the full effect of the of estates here and whatnot. So. Timer on, don't need to forget that. Okay, let's recall our diplomat, sure. That's right, I was trying to get military access there so that I could go and destroy the enemy army in the last war. I remember now. And up to speed 3. So at some point I am going to, you know, start having a look at, how do we say, we're going to start having a look at culture, because culture obviously gives the big bonuses and all whatnot, if it's obviously your core culture, one of the accepted ones. So they'll go through and they'll do their job. But obviously we can promote a few more cultures here, or you know, to accepted cultures. So let's go Mysian. So at the moment about 40% of our culture is actually accepted. Yeah, I mean, obviously for the time being, we're busy sort of getting our techs and whatnot, because we are in the early stages and we don't want to sort of lag too far behind in the early stages. But obviously later on, what we can look at doing is, you know, for example, here we can spend a little bit of money, a little bit of what is it, diplomacy, in order to sort of convert the culture in a certain province. Actually, we might just do that, just so we can show you guys how it works. Which one is it? Is it this one? Culture, accepted cultures. So this is obviously Lydian. So it is not possible change. Is not a matter. Okay, right. So I believe. Right, so it's got to be the same religion. That's right. It's the same with every country. As long as they're the same religion, and then you can basically convert them over. And obviously, as you can see here, sort of the light green is obviously the Lydian culture, and the dark green is Mysian, which is our accepted cultures. So. And more profit from slavery, that's very nice. What's it going to cost? 80 points for these guys. Let's find, that's only 20, so that's good bang for buck. 53. What about any of these ones? No. No, alright. So Amorian it is. And that's really as simple as it is, guys. So you do that, obviously, once that culture converts, then you'll get some pretty, you know, some pretty good little bonus benefits out of that. Obviously, you know, it's going to give you increased production and all that sort of good stuff in respective provinces, and over a course of a period of time, you know, it will basically help the overall sort of balance of your economy. It's also going to help reduce rebellions over time, because there's no cultural and sort of religious disunity and blah 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 blah. So some of them happen fast, some of them happen very slowly, but generally most culture conversions do take quite a number of sort of years to do. So up to 826, so that's pretty good. We'll just keep going. So there's 6%. We'll, drilling. So how are we looking for army wise? So we can do 26 of 32. And our army composition is where we got 8, 2 and 3, and we've 8, 2 and 3. So we might expand the army a little bit because we are making pretty decent money. So we might maybe another infantry and another skirmisher to each one. You'll get a lot of random events like that, depending on what your particular playstyle is. Like, I'm cheap. I'm super cheap. Like, if you ever talk to my wife, she'll tell you exactly how cheap I am. Anyway, so basically, you just, you know, I won't spend extra money once I've already paid to build a building. So every time those events come up, I just go, yeah, whatever. I don't care if it takes longer. I'm not getting any more money. You know. Alright, yeah, so life is hard, you'll get a revolt, make the work even harder. The building will be done in 30 days, but the slaves regiment will rise up, and then this one's just going to make it sort of go for an extra 91 days. So, you know, just give them better treatment, whatever, take it easy, I don't care. I'm not paying you more money, and I don't want to have to, you know, obviously go and put down a rebellion, which is going to kill and sort of deplete manpower, which is then going to cost money to replenish. So the idea is to do it as cheaply as possible. You know, spent a long time working in, like, the corporate world, where everything's all about costs. So unfortunately that's how I play the game as well. Is it going to cost me extra money? No, I'm not interested. So but that's me. Obviously I'm not saying that's the right way to do it, that's not the wrong way to do it, that's just my way of doing it. So you know, obviously you need to kind of do what you feel is best for you. So who are these guys? Who's Cardia? That's Cardia, okay. Cardia is useful. Cestos, okay. Would be nice to get like a little Megaris. So Megaris I'm not really concerned about. And those guys and their allies should be pretty easy to take care of, so. And there we are. fully cored. So let's move the army into position. Let's move the navy into position. And again, I'm not going to pay you any more money. So we are ready to rock and roll, and this is something that I've forgotten to do all game so far, but if you want to bring your allies in without actually having to have individually click call to arms on every single one, just obviously tick the boxes. If you're an inexperienced EU player, then you obviously already know that, and you're probably like face palming going, oh my god, this guy's such an idiot, why hasn't he done that? And obviously here, for those of you that aren't familiar with the game and how the mechanics work, obviously you've got your different Cassius Bellius, so border conquest, which means I can still take it, then obviously because I've completed a mission and it's given me cores on it, so I can just do a conquest Cassius Belli. But sometimes there's like tribal raid, hegemonic war, all that sort of good stuff, so you just got to look at it and see, and sort of decide which option is best for you. So let's get it underway. We'll pop the speed down to 3, and let's go. Who's this? This is our king, okay. Already. Love it. So, can we take it? And the sack. Oh, Caladron. Guys give me military access. Oh, they probably will. I'm excited. These guys will as well. Lovely. Oh, and what? They're going to come all the way over there. Okay. Actually works well because these guys are currently in a war and they're beating each other up, so we can take these guys and then we can move in and we can do something like taking out Lemsarkos while they're occupied, so that way it gives us that nice little land bridge over and connects us with those provinces there, and that also then puts us in a position where no, we've gone to a regency. I'm not having good so we can't really afford to lose a general at this point in time. No, we will accept that marriage. Well, that is just terrible, isn't it? That is absolutely terrible. So we're like totally neutered after this conquest, after this war. So we can't actually do anything else. But what we will do is we'll bump replace them. So let's bump that again. Crazy, we're getting, how many troops did they land here? A few, didn't they? So they're taking massive attrition there. So fingers crossed. This is what we'll do, is we'll pull the rest of that army out. Still taking massive attrition, bloody hell. Anyway, it is what it is. People are going to adopted our culture, that's wonderful. Accept our peace? No, they won't. Alright, so we're probably going to have to go and smash their army. That's okay, we can do that. obviously, because I don't feel I'm in a position to take Magnesia, even though it would be cool to have like a nice little sort of beachhead in mainland Greece. I don't feel we're in a position where we can really oppose the Greek city-states at this point in time. I believe it would just be too troublesome. So obviously going to mainland Greece is not on my agenda and list of things to do at this point in time. Obviously in later stages of the game, absolutely 100%. But for now, I'm very happy to just kind of stay put. So, but that war's over. So we will get these guys back out. Protect trade in Pontus, and fleet will come back in. So in the meantime, while we are in Regency, obviously we will have to just ferry troops over there and all that sort of good stuff if we need to, but we do have a fortress there in the event that things get very interesting. So but that's good. We've got a nice little sort of southern flank on Adrusia now and sort of the Thracian kingdoms, as well as sort of coming from this direction, so we can launch a sort of a two-front war against them when the time comes. But in the meantime, obviously we'll probably call the episode there. We are in a Regency, so maybe I will just play the game through and obviously get it back up to the point where our air comes of age before next episode. I don't know. It doesn't really look like there's going to be a whole lot that I can do apart from coring provinces and fighting rebellions and all that sort of good stuff. So but we'll see how things go. But apart from that, guys, thank you very much for watching. As always, if you enjoyed this episode and you enjoy the content here on the channel, smash the subscribe button, drop this video a like, and leave your thoughts, tips, tricks, all that sort of good stuff in the comment section below. Cheers, mates.